Hi, so we're here with Hunter Walk, who's the Director of Product Management for YouTube. Hunter, thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we're talking about two different animals here when we talk about Napster and we talk about YouTube. But I'm interested to know what kind of a role you feel Napster and the whole advent of file sharing and the ability to sort of disseminate digital content over the web had on the development of YouTube.
Sure. Well, I don't really think there's much of a connection between sort of Napster and YouTube. I think the greatest change over the last 10 years has been the availability of broadband in the workplace and in the home. And that's opened up a lot of new types of services, whether it be video sharing, voice over IP telephony, multiplayer game playing. Really added the ability to do very real-time communication, content sharing, and I think that's the technology trend that spawned something like YouTube.
Napster was originally called one of the first bandwidth killers, and now we've got this crisis of bandwidth in North America, if at least according to the internet service providers. And I was talking with a Canadian ISP fairly recently who said that it wasn't downloading that he was worried about sort of eating up most of the bandwidth on the internet. He said he was most worried about YouTube going HD. I'm curious what what YouTube has learned about how to sort of manage this kind of stuff and how YouTube's preparing to to sort of help out everybody else as it takes up a bigger and bigger sort of slice of the bandwidth pie.
Well, what we've heard from ISPs is actually a lot of excitement. Products like YouTube help their consumers understand the value of broadband connections in a way that just sort of marketing materials doesn't do a great job of. So I think whether you're talking about ISPs in the home, mobile providers, everyone's looking for great services to drive consumer demand. And YouTube is certainly one of the most popular services to do that.
What changes are needed in, say, copyright legislation, whether in the US or Canada, to ensure that YouTube can continue to grow organically?
We work very closely with rights holders of all sizes to ensure that their content on YouTube is managed by them and work with what we call sort of our content identification system to ensure that they're able to really see YouTube as I'd say a productive business tool.
Do you feel that there's an update needed for the DMCA in the US? And if so, are there certain changes that would be beneficial to YouTube?
I'm not a lawyer or a policymaker, so I'll let the specifics of that be discussed by those folks. But what I do see is that there's a lot of enthusiasm, both from fans of content as well as rights holders, to find new productive ways to work together. I'll give you an example of how YouTube is facilitating that. Our content ID tools, as I said, work with rights holders where they give us reference materials, and we're able to identify content on the system that may use their IP. They have the choice then to either remove it from YouTube or to what we sort of think of as authorize it. It means that they will claim it, approve it for monetization, and make sure the check gets sent to them. So all of a sudden, a YouTube user who may have wanted to, for instance, use a particular piece of music in their video, that gives the rights holders the ability to find that content and decide whether or not it should exist online. More often than not, as opposed to taking it down, they're actually leaving it up, monetizing it, and seeing this as a way to expand their market.
YouTube has gotten into some of the broadcasting of full-length videos. I'm just curious how you see that market developing and how YouTube can stay competitive while offering, sort of videos of people's cats on the one hand, but also full-length television episodes on the other.
The web tends to be very user-centric. And what I mean by that is the user is going to be able to find and program the content that they want to watch. And I think what's so exceptional about YouTube is that mixture of content that you just referred to. We're really the only place that you can program the channel for you. And what I mean by that is you can have a mix of the personal content you care about, maybe also niche content. Let's say you're a big scuba diving fan, and there's some people who are talking about the best dive spots. But you can also access some of the premium content that you're familiar with and do it all in one space. We sort of think of YouTube as really just being a way for creators of great content to find the largest audience possible.
It's well known that Google and YouTube are all about the clouds, storing information on remote servers and moving information and data off of users' PCs. How do you see these ideals affecting the future of downloading and of online content?
Absolutely. I mean, that's a great question and a really important trend. I think it goes back to my comment about the web being user-centric. What I think we'll see in the future is that your content will be available on any device. So whether you're in your PC at work, you come home and you're in your living room, or you're waiting online somewhere and you pull out your mobile device, the content you care about is going to be in the cloud, and you're going to be able to access it from anywhere. That's a real big paradigm shift from the traditional models of really being device-centric, only being able to get certain content on certain devices and have that content programmed for you by other people, as opposed to you doing your own programming or your friends recommending videos for you.
What's the biggest challenge facing YouTube over the next, say, 12 to 24 months?
Over the next 12, 24 months, I mean, I think for us it's just one of continued explosive growth. It's been amazing to see so many people across the world creating and sharing video. One of the trade-offs to getting all that video into the site is, how do you help to make sure that it's really easy for people to find the content that they're looking for? We get more than 15 hours of new video every minute. And so I really think one of the goals for my team is to allow you to watch all the great video you want without having to work so hard to do it. So how can we use things like personalized recommendations, helping you find and subscribe to the content owners that you care about, so that every time you come to YouTube, there's great fresh content waiting for you without you having to work very hard to find those videos. Recently, YouTube became the second largest search engine, passing Yahoo just behind Google. And what's that really shown to me is that people are starting to treat video, online video, as not just something that's entertainment, but something that's very broad and can be the answer to a lot of their questions. Maybe they're looking for music videos, maybe they're looking for something to make them laugh, but increasingly they're looking for answers to questions they have every day. News clips, how to fix a car, even how to learn foreign languages online. And I think this is a really, really positive trend for not just YouTube, but for online video in general, as we see people turning to the internet and watching video as part of their everyday lives.
So we've been chatting with Hunter Walk, Director of Product Management at YouTube. I just wanted to say thank you very much for joining us today, and best of luck in the future.
Great, thanks a lot. We're really excited to have brought YouTube to Canada over the last few years, and look forward to talking more about this digital decade.